Welcome to History Facts and Mysteries. In today's episode, we're diving into the life and legacy of one of the most iconic leaders in history, Winston Churchill. From his rise through the political ranks to his unmatched leadership during World War II, Churchill's journey is a testament to resilience, vision, and determination. But there's much more to this remarkable man than his wartime fame. So, if you're fascinated by history and the leaders who shaped our world, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. That way, you won't miss out on any of our in-depth explorations of the pivotal moments and figures who changed the course of history. Now, let's explore the incredible life of Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, a man whose name is forever associated with one of the most tumultuous and transformative periods in modern history, stands as one of the most remarkable figures of the 20th century. Known primarily for his leadership during World War II, his enduring legacy reaches beyond the battlefields and war rooms of Europe. Churchill's ability to inspire a nation in its darkest hour, his unwavering resolve in the face of almost certain defeat, and his vision for a better world after the war solidified his place in history as a leader who truly changed the course of the world. Born into a prominent aristocratic family on November 30, 1874, Churchill was a man of contradictions from the start. While his father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was a powerful conservative politician and his mother, Jennie Jerome, was a well-known American socialite, Winston's early life was one of struggle, particularly in terms of his relationship with his parents. Though he came from privilege, his childhood was marked by feelings of neglect, leading to a rocky academic career. Despite these early setbacks, Churchill's determination to prove himself to his family and the world never wavered. His rebellious spirit was evident as he struggled through school, finally making his way to the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, where he trained to be an officer in the British Army. Churchill's military service took him across the British Empire, and it was during this time that he began to gain experience and insight into the nature of leadership and the complexities of warfare. His experiences on the front lines, particularly during the Boer War in South Africa, shaped much of his political ideology. The first-hand exposure to the harsh realities of war and the importance of strategic thinking informed his future decisions as a leader. His work as a war correspondent, where he wrote about military conflicts, further deepened his understanding of leadership and conflict resolution. These formative years in the military would lay the foundation for his leadership during World War II. In 1900, Churchill entered politics as a member of the Conservative Party, eventually serving as a member of Parliament. His political career, however, was anything but conventional. His willingness to challenge the status quo, speak his mind, and change his political allegiance when necessary would make him both a divisive and respected figure in British politics. Initially serving as a conservative, Churchill's ideological beliefs led him to cross the floor and join the Liberal Party in 1904. There, he became an advocate for social reform and played a significant role in the passage of important domestic legislation, such as national insurance. Despite these early successes, Churchill's political career was not without setbacks. In the wake of the failure of the Gallipoli campaign during World War I, he was forced to resign as First Lord of the Admiralty. This humiliation, however, did not mark the end of his political career. Instead, Churchill used this time for self-reflection and political reinvention. His experiences during the war shaped his vision for the future, and when the rise of Nazi Germany in the 1930s presented a new threat to Europe, Churchill would emerge as one of the few British politicians who understood the gravity of the situation. His warnings about Hitler's ambitions were largely ignored by the British establishment, but his tireless campaign to rearm Britain in preparation for war eventually won him the respect he deserved. As Europe teetered on the brink of war, Churchill's moment would soon come. In 1940, with Britain standing alone against the Nazi threat after the fall of France, Churchill became Prime Minister at a critical juncture. His leadership during the Second World War would be defined by his resolve to never surrender, his unshakable belief in victory, and his unparalleled ability to rally the British people during their darkest moments. As the German forces advanced and bombed Britain into submission, Churchill's speeches, delivered over the radio, became a beacon of hope for a nation on the verge of collapse. Perhaps one of his most famous speeches was given during the height of the Battle of Britain, where he praised the courage of the Royal Air Force pilots with the words, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." This statement encapsulated Churchill's deep admiration for the pilots who, against overwhelming odds, defended Britain's skies from Nazi aggression. His speeches provided the emotional and moral backbone for the British people, keeping their spirits high even in the face of immense adversity. Churchill's ability to inspire extended beyond his words. His relationship with U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was instrumental in ensuring Britain received the support it needed to continue its war effort. Together, they forged the special relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States, a partnership that would prove essential in the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. Churchill understood the importance of international alliances, and his diplomatic efforts to rally not just Britain, but the world, around the cause of defeating fascism, would play a pivotal role in the Allies' success. But Churchill was not merely focused on military victories. Even while the war raged on, he understood the importance of building a better world for the future. He foresaw a post-war order that was based on cooperation between nations, rather than the isolationism and nationalism that had led to the outbreak of both world wars. As one of the chief architects of the post-war world, he played a key role in the creation of the United Nations, an institution designed to promote peace and prevent future global conflicts. His speech in 1946, in which he famously spoke of the Iron Curtain descending across Europe, was a forewarning of the ideological divide that would come to characterize the Cold War. After the war, despite his tremendous achievements, Churchill was voted out of office in the 1945 general election. Though defeated politically, his legacy as a wartime leader remained undiminished. He returned to power as Prime Minister in 1951, leading Britain through the early years of the Cold War. His leadership in these years, however, was less about military strategy and more about diplomacy, as he worked to navigate Britain's place in a rapidly changing world. Churchill's later years were marked not only by a focus on writing and reflection but also by his continued engagement in public life and his desire to leave a lasting intellectual legacy. After stepping down from active politics, Churchill turned his attention to the pen, using his experiences and reflections from the war and his long political career to craft some of the most influential historical writings of the 20th century. His landmark work, The Second World War, stands as a monumental achievement, chronicling the conflict from a perspective shaped by his own personal involvement in the war's key events. The multi-volume work provided a comprehensive, detailed account of the war, offering both military strategy and personal insights into the leadership struggles faced by the Allied forces. This monumental effort was recognized when Churchill was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1953, a testament to his literary skill and the historical significance of his writings. In addition to the Second World War, Churchill wrote a history of the English-speaking peoples, which covered the history of Britain and its former colonies. These works solidified his status not only as a statesman but as a historian and a master of the written word. His ability to weave together compelling narratives about history, war, and leadership ensured that he would remain in the public consciousness long after his political career ended. Churchill's speeches, which had rallied Britain through its darkest days, were now immortalized in print, offering inspiration to future generations of leaders and citizens alike. However, as the 1960s progressed, Churchill's health began to decline. Age was taking its toll on the man who had once been a beacon of energy and resolve. The vibrant leader who had once stood before crowds, urging them to never surrender, now found himself confronting his own limitations. Despite these physical challenges, Churchill's mind remained sharp for a time, and he continued to write and reflect on global affairs. Yet, by the mid-1960s, his body could no longer keep pace with his intellectual pursuits. In January of 1965, Winston Churchill passed away at the age of 90, surrounded by his family. His death marked the end of an era, one in which he had shaped the course of history with his leadership, his vision, and his unrelenting commitment to the values of democracy and freedom. The world mourned his passing, and tributes poured in from across the globe, recognizing not only his military triumphs but also his profound impact on international diplomacy, literature, and the development of post-war global institutions. While his physical presence was gone, Churchill's legacy remained firmly entrenched in the fabric of the 20th century. His leadership had played a pivotal role in saving Britain during the darkest days of World War II, and his contributions to shaping the post-war order, such as his role in the formation of the United Nations, ensured that his influence would continue to resonate long after his death. Winston Churchill's impact on the world transcended the battlefield. He was a visionary who understood the power of diplomacy, the importance of words in shaping nations, and the necessity of international cooperation in an increasingly interconnected world. His role in the establishment of the United Nations was a key part of his post-war legacy, as he advocated for the creation of an international body that would prevent future conflicts and promote peace. Churchill was also instrumental in shaping the early stages of the Cold War, warning of the dangers posed by the expansion of Soviet influence and championing the cause of freedom and democracy in the face of growing authoritarianism. But perhaps one of the most enduring aspects of Churchill's legacy is his ability to inspire others. His resilience, determination, and unshakable belief in the power of hope and perseverance became his defining characteristics. His famous speeches, which urged the British people to stand firm against tyranny, continue to serve as powerful reminders of the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Churchill's words were more than just rhetoric. They were calls to action that rallied people to fight for a better future. Churchill's influence also extended beyond political and military spheres. His cultural impact was profound, as his speeches and writings contributed to the shaping of public opinion during critical moments in history. His personal example of overcoming personal and political setbacks to rise to greatness resonated with countless individuals who saw in him a model of resilience and fortitude. Even in his later years, as he reflected on his life and legacy, Churchill remained a symbol of perseverance and an enduring figure in the minds of the people he had led through such challenging times. In conclusion, Winston Churchill's life and legacy serve as a powerful testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit, the importance of visionary leadership, and the impact of unwavering commitment to one's principles. His ability to inspire, his steadfast courage in the face of immense challenges, and his intellectual contributions continue to influence the world today. His legacy, built on the foundation of democracy, freedom, and hope, is a reminder that great leaders are not merely defined by their victories but by their ability to guide others through times of crisis and to shape a future worth fighting for. Churchill's influence is one that will be felt for generations to come. His leadership saved Britain during its darkest hours, and his efforts in shaping the post-war world laid the foundation for the modern geopolitical order. Although Winston Churchill is no longer with us, his lessons, his courage, and his determination continue to inspire leaders, thinkers, and citizens around the world. Thank you for watching History Facts and Mysteries. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Winston Churchill's life and leadership, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. We're committed to bringing you more fascinating historical insights that shed light on the lives of the people who shaped our world. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore even more remarkable figures and events that changed the course of history.